Dust rolls up where the Mustangs run, chasing down shadows neath the midnight sun. Leather creaks soft as the saddle sways. I've been riding these plains for 1,000 days. Campfire smoke rising, whispering low, tales of the wild where the outlaws go. Moon paints silver on the canyon wall, and the wide open silence is the loudest call. On the trail of the midnight sun, I ride until the day is done. Through the storms, through the pain, through the fire and the rain, I'm a cowboy bound to run. On the trail of the midnight sun. Dust in my lungs, but my heart still sings. Dreams carved deep like canyon rings. Every mile's a story I'll never tell, written in the hoofbeats, fading where I fell. Lonely horizon, burning red, voices of the past still fill my head. Whiskey and sorrow are my only friends, but the trail keeps calling till the journey ends. On the trail of the midnight sun, I ride until the day is done. Through the storms, through the pain, through the fire and the rain, I'm a cowboy bound to run. On the trail of the midnight sun. Stars like lanterns light the sky, guiding every dream that won't die. Even when my strength is gone, this road keeps dragging me along. I've seen the rivers, I've crossed the plains, felt the mercy, felt the chains. But freedom's worth the price I pay, so I'll keep on riding till my dying day. On the trail of the midnight sun, I ride until the day is done. Through the storms, through the pain, through the fire and the rain, I'm a cowboy bound to run. On the trail of the midnight sun. So if you hear a rider when the night's grown still, it's the ghost of a cowboy chasing dreams that kill. And the wind will carry his song along, forever in the saddle, forever strong. Dust on my boots and the sun in my eyes. I've been chasing horizons where the wide land lies. The wind keeps on whispering, the coyotes call. I'm a lone riding drifter at the mercy of it all. Campfires burn low in the midnight air. Memories of home, but no one's there. The saddle is my pillow, the sky my roof. Every mile I travel carves a deeper truth. Whiskey on the prairie, stars up above. The trail's been cruel, but it's a life I love. Through the storms and the sorrow, I keep moving on. I was born to be a cowboy till the day I'm gone. The towns roll by with their neon glow, but the open plains are where I go. I've danced with danger, I fought with time, but the song of the canyon still makes me rhyme. A letter I carry from years long past, a love I lost, but a flame that lasts. Her words still haunt me in the cold night's breath, but my heart belongs to the wild till death. A whiskey on the prairie, stars up above. The trail's been cruel, but it's a life I love. And through the storms and the sorrow, I keep moving on. I was born to be a cowboy till the day I'm gone. The moon paints silver on the mountain stone, and the further I ride, the more alone. But freedom's a fire that won't be tamed. Every mile I ride is a soul reclaimed. Sunrise bleeding on a painted sky. Another day to live, another night to try. With my boots in the stirrups and my hand on the rein, I'll keep on riding through joy and pain. Whiskey on the prairie, stars up above. The trail's been cruel, but it's a life I love. Through the storms and the sorrow, I keep moving on. I was born to be a cowboy till the day I'm gone. So raise a glass for the riders who roam, the ones who find freedom but never a home. My story's written in dust and flame, a cowboy forever with no one to blame. across the canyon wide, dust in the wind and a horse to ride. Boots hit the stirrups, the saddle creaks slow. Another long journey where the wild winds blow. The river runs low, but the trail runs long. Every step I take is another song. Crows circle high where the mountains rise. I keep chasing the sun through the endless skies. Echoes on the open range call my name and never change. Through the fire, through the rain, freedom's worth the endless pain. I was born to ride alone. This wild land is all I've known. Campfires flicker in the desert cold. Stories of the outlaws, legends told. Whiskey in my hand and sorrow near, but the night wind whispers what I long to hear. I've left behind towns and faces I knew, chasing the horizon that never comes true. Every mile's a memory carved in the land, written in the dust by a cowboy's hand. Echoes on the open range call my name and never change. Through the fire, through the rain, freedom's worth the endless pain. I was born to ride alone. This wild land is all I've known. Stars above are guiding me through the plains of destiny. No chains can bind, no walls contain. The soul of a rider can't be tamed. When the twilight fades and the coyotes cry, I'll keep pressing on till the day I die. My story's not written in silver or gold, but in echoes of the trail and the tales I've told. Echoes on the open range call my name and never change. Through the fire, through the rain, freedom's worth the endless pain. I was born to ride alone. This wild land is all I've known. So if you hear a rider's song on the breeze, it's my voice drifting through the mesquite trees. Forever I'll wander, forever I'll roam. The open ranges where I call home. The sun sinking low on the red canyon wall. A coyote's cry is the evening's call. My boots are warm, but the trail rolls on. I've been chasing the wind since the day I was born. The fire burns low beneath the midnight sky. Memories flicker and the years slip by. Every mile I travel writes a verse in the sand, a hymn of a drifter in a faraway land. So hear my lonesome rider's prayer, carried on the desert air, through the dust, through the rain, through the sorrow and the pain. I'll keep riding, I'll keep strong, till the trail becomes my song. The town lights fade in the rearview haze. I'm a ghost of the plains in these endless days. Whiskey for warmth and the night for a friend, but the journey don't break and it never will end. The stars overhead paint a silver dome, but a cowboy's heart never calls one place home. I've gambled with fate, I've wrestled with time, but the open sky's the only truth I find. So hear my lonesome rider's prayer, carried on the desert air, through the dust, through the rain, through the sorrow and the pain. I'll keep riding, I'll keep strong, till the trail becomes my song. Every hoofbeat tells a tale, every shadow leaves a trail. Even when my strength is gone, the prairie wind will sing me home. Morning breaks with a crimson glow, another day to wander, another mile to go. If the end should find me far from town, lay me in the sagebrush where the sun goes down. So hear my lonesome rider's prayer, carried on the desert air, through the dust, through the rain, through the sorrow and the pain. I'll keep riding, I'll keep strong, till the trail becomes my song. And when the night wind whispers low, you'll hear my spirit where the wild things go. A cowboy's soul was never meant to stay, just a lonesome rider fading into day. Morning sun breaks through the canyon wide, hooves on the ground, my horse is my guide. I've carried my burdens, I've swallowed my pride, but the dust and the steel keep me riding tonight. The river runs dry and the prairie wind moans. I've crossed every desert, I've walked roads of stone. My heart is a compass that never finds home, just a shadow of a cowboy destined to roam. Dust and steel, fire and rain, freedom carved deep in the lines of my name. Through the sorrow, through the fire, I'll keep on riding into the night. Dust and steel, blood and bone, the trail is my kingdom, the saddle my throne. Campfires flicker as the coyotes sing. I whisper my secrets to the night wind's wing. I've lost every battle, but I still won the war. For a cowboy's true home is the wide open floor. The faces I've loved are all fading away, but the echoes still ride in the songs that I play. Each mile is a story, the silence repeats, a hymn of the outlaw the darkness keeps. Dust and steel, fire and rain, freedom carved deep in the lines of my name. Through the sorrow, through the fight, I'll keep on riding into the night. Dust and steel, blood and bone, the trail is my kingdom, the saddle my throne. Stars like lanterns guide my hand, light in the bones of a broken land. Even when my voice grows still, the wind will sing what the rider will. When the dawn light breaks on the far frontier, I'll saddle my soul and I'll disappear. The end of the trail is a fate I'll embrace, with the dust on my boots and the sun on my face. Dust and steel, fire and rain, freedom carved deep in the lines of my name. Through the sorrow, through the fight, I'll keep on riding into the night. Dust and steel, blood and bone, the trail is my kingdom, the saddle my throne. So if you hear thunder on a quiet plain, it's the ghost of a rider who won't be tamed. Forever I wander, forever I'll feel the song of the cowboy in dust and steel. The sun dips low behind the mesas high. Shadows stretch long neath the open sky. Boots on the trail, spurs ringing clear. Another lonely sunset, another fading year. Campfire flickers, smoke drifts slow. Whiskey in hand and the night winds blow. Stories of freedom, sorrow and pain whisper on the prairie like the softest rain. Riders of the sunset trail, chasing the wind, leaving a ghostly trail. Through the storms and the dust we roam, the open range will always be our home. Coyote calls echo across the plains, haunting reminders of loss and gains. Every mile of memory, every mile of song, in the saddle of a cowboy where I belong. Letters from home lie torn in my pack. Love left behind, never looking back. The stars are my compass, the moon is my guide, with the desert and the mountains always at my side. Riders of the sunset trail, chasing the wind, leaving a ghostly trail. Through the storms and the dust we roam, the open range will always be our home. Through lightning storms and midnight skies, through the empty plains where silence lies, the heart of a cowboy never grows tame. Every hoofbeat echoes a burning flame. Sunrise breaks with a crimson glow. Another day to ride, another mile to go. Memories linger, but the trail calls on. A cowboy's journey, never truly gone. Riders of the sunset trail, chasing the wind, leaving a ghostly trail. Through the storms and the dust we roam, the open range will always be our home. Riders of the sunset trail, through the fire and rain we prevail. So if you hear the whistle of the night wind song, it's a cowboy spirit riding forever strong. No walls, no chains, just sky and land. Forever we ride, forever we stand. Sunrise breaks over the canyon rim. The horizon glows, the day begins. Boots hit the dirt, spurs ringing clear. Another lonesome morning, another trail to steer. The wind whispers secrets through sage and pine, stories of freedom, of lives on the line. My horse knows the way, though I might not. Through the desert and mountains, the wild I've sought. Right in the heart of the open range, chasing the sun through storm and change, through dust and fire, through sorrow and pain. I'll keep on riding, I'll ride again. Campfire flickers in the deep night sky. Coyote cries echo as the night goes by. Whiskey in my hand and memories in my chest. The road is my home, the trail is my rest. Letters from love, torn and faded. Promises made, but the past jaded. Every mile I ride leaves a story behind, written in the wind, carved in my mind. Right in the heart of the open range, chasing the sun through storm and change, through dust and fire, through sorrow and pain. I'll keep on riding, I'll ride again. Stars above guide my way tonight. Moonlight spills silver across the endless sight. Even when my strength begins to fade, the freedom I chase will never be chained. Sunset paints gold on mesas and plains, the final light before darkness reigns. Every heartbeat echoes the life I choose. A cowboy's spirit has nothing to lose. Right in the heart of the open range, chasing the sun through storm and change, through dust and fire, through sorrow and pain. I'll keep on riding, I'll ride again. Right in the heart of the open range, through lightning and rain, I remain unchanged. So if you hear the wind through the canyon low, it's the voice of a rider the world will never know. Forever wandering, forever free, a cowboy's soul rides eternally. Sunrise paints the canyon gold, boots on the trail, stories untold. The wind whispers secrets through the sage. Another long ride, another turning page. Campfire flickers as the night creeps in. Coyote cries echo like a violin. Leather reins creak, the saddle sighs. Underneath the endless western skies, riding the whispers of the prairie wide, chasing freedom with no one by my side. Through the dust, through the rain, through the heartache and the pain, I'll keep riding until the day is done. Riding the whispers of the prairie sun. Letters from home in my saddlebag, dreams left behind, I'll never look back. Every mile writes a story in the sand. The life of a cowboy is a lonesome stand. Stars above guide the path ahead. Memories of love, words left unsaid. The horizon calls, I hear its plea. A cowboy belongs where the sky meets the sea. Riding the whispers of the prairie wide, chasing freedom with no one by my side. Through the dust, through the rain, through the heartache and the pain, I'll keep riding until the day is done. Riding the whispers of the prairie sun. The moon rises high, casting silver glow. The open plains are all I'll ever know. Through storms and shadows I press on, a lone rider until the night is gone. Sunset bleeds into the canyon deep. Memories linger where the wild winds sweep. Every hoofbeat echoes a cowboy's creed. The prairie and the trail are all I need. Riding the whispers of the prairie wide, chasing freedom with no one by my side. Through the dust, through the rain, through the heartache and the pain, I'll keep riding until the day is done. Riding the whispers of the prairie sun. So if you hear the wind call your name, it's a cowboy spirit riding free again. No chains, no home, just the endless sky. Forever a rider until the day I die. Sunrise paints a canyon gold, boots on the trail, stories untold. Dust in the wind, a lonesome sky, another long day, another goodbye. The coyotes call as the night rolls in, memories linger of where I've been. Leather creaks under my hand, riding alone through the wide dry land. Ride into the horizon, chase the setting sun. The open plains are where I belong. Through storms and sorrow, through fire and rain, I'll keep riding again and again. Letters from home tucked in my saddlebag, dreams left behind, the trail never lagged. Every mile tells a story untold. A cowboy's life is brave and bold. Stars guide me through the midnight skies, the moon's silver light reflects in my eyes. Every heartache, every pain I've known fades in the saddle where freedom's sown. Ride into the horizon, chase the setting sun. The open plains are where I belong. Through storms and sorrow, through fire and rain, I'll keep riding again and again. The mountains rise, the rivers bend, but the trail I ride has no true end. Every hoofbeat echoes a cowboy's creed. The prairie and sky are all I need. Sunset burns gold across the desert floor. Another day behind me, another story to store. Whiskey for warmth, firelight for a friend. The ride goes on and it never ends. Ride into the horizon, chase the setting sun. The open plains are where I belong. Through storms and sorrow, through fire and rain, I'll keep riding again and again. Ride into the horizon, heart and soul untamed. Forever a cowboy, forever unnamed. So if you hear the wind whisper through the pines, it's the spirit of a rider crossing the lines. No walls, no chains, just sky and land. Forever I wander, forever I stand. Sunrise breaks over the dusty plains, boots hit the dirt, feeling freedom in my veins. Saddle creaks under the morning sky. I've been chasing the wind since the day I was born to ride. Campfire smoke curls into the night. Coyotes' cries echo in the silver moonlight. Whiskey in my hand, memories in my mind. The trail keeps calling, leaving all behind. Riding the trail of the Lone Star, chasing horizons, no matter how far. Through storms and sorrow, through fire and rain, I'll keep on riding again and again. Towns fade behind like a ghostly haze. Every mile I travel writes another page. Letters from love left untouched in the past, but a cowboy's freedom is never meant to last. Stars above light the way through the night, guiding my heart and keeping my soul inside. The mountains rise and the rivers bend, but the trail I ride will never truly end. Riding the trail of the Lone Star, chasing horizons, no matter how far. Through storms and sorrow, through fire and rain, I'll keep on riding again and again. Through lightning and thunder, I hold my reins tight. Through endless horizons, bathed in silver moonlight. Even when my strength begins to fade, the freedom I ride for can never be changed. Sunset paints the mesas red and gold. Another day ended, another story told. Hooves on the prairie, heart in the sky. A cowboy's life is to ride and never say goodbye. Riding the trail of the Lone Star, chasing horizons, no matter how far. Through storms and sorrow, through fire and rain, I'll keep on riding again and again. Riding the trail of the Lone Star, forever untamed, forever my heart's radar. If you hear the wind in the canyon low, it's the echo of a rider only the night will know. No chains, no home, just the endless sky. Forever I wander, forever I